everybody. How y'all doing?
What's happening? What's
Uh,
happening?
what's going
Good,
on?
good.
Going on.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. We have Meek in the house, Jay Walk and Carolina Dirt. T Smalls, what's up?
Man, what's happening? What's happening? Weatherman, what's going on, sir?
You have a new nickname, and that is He Pleads the Fifth.
Yeah,
You can
crazy,
ask him,
man.
did you steal a piece of cake when you were little off the table? He plead the fifth.
Right. Damn right.
That's all good. T Smalls, show everybody some
Said
love.
nobody, no crime.
That's right.
Right. No face, no case. We talking under the tree.
T Smalls, Meek had a walk today. She might be a little tired, so sing her a song. Sing her something.
Man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It was hot out here, so come on up under this tree and talk to us.
One time for your mind, two times for your soul. See you in 33 seconds.
Kingpin Music.
Today's discussion is being kicked out the house at 18, or you telling them to go when they're 18, whatever the case may be. That's a real hot topic because Carolina Dirt, you posted something on Let's Talk Under the Tree page, and it kind of went pretty good. So we have different opinions. I'm gonna start with Meek at the bottom. What's your take on that at the 18-year-old age?
Well, it actually depends on the child. When I say that, it's because when you're graduating, you as a parent should help the child with a plan. Like, what are you going to do? Not wait to the last minute when it's almost time for them to, graduate. Help them to prepare. Like what I did with my children. I'm from the old school. I did what my parents didn't do to me. I talked to them about credit. In our age group, our parents didn't really talk to us about credit and stuff like that. So I educate them about credit, the importance of having good credit. Also, they had choices. Listen, either you're going to the military, you're going to school, or you're getting a job. Point blank, period. Because, our parents didn't babysit us or whatever like we do our children. I feel that we babysit our children now. Because when you see kids are still living in a house at 30 and 35 and never left, if you fall short in times, you possibly can come home, but they're gonna be rules and regulations as far as my house. You're not gonna be walking up and in here and having your girl or guy just come on in, because I feel that's disrespectful. You can call me old school, but I just feel that's disrespectful.
Right. I'm gonna chime in, then we'll go to T Smalls at the bottom. I may be wrong, but from what I see, it seems like besides you, seem like some of the moms kind of babysit a little more than back in the 70s, maybe the 60s and so forth, that they don't want their kids to leave. And when they get out, if they ever leave, they don't know nothing. They don't have any social skills or anything like that. On the flip side, you did the right thing. You kind of taught them about, credit and different things like that. So, we applaud you with that. T Smalls, give her the applause. You got it? You got it on hand? Yeah. There you go. So now, moving to 2021. 2021. Some of these 18-year-olds, they like the same as a 6-month-old baby, and some of the ones are prepared because of some of these mothers, they don't want their baby to leave. And that, can result, they don't make nothing out of themselves. You're sitting home. Next thing you know, you're 30-something years old. I was told when I was growing up, I had 6 months, which was cool. It wasn't no big deal. I didn't want to stay there no way. But it wasn't no big deal to me. It's all good. But that's where I'm going to take it from. T Smalls, what you got?
Well, it's a lot of sheltering on these children that ain't children going on. That what the hell going on? There's a lot of sheltering going on. Let these kids go out there and do what they do. For all the parents out there that's doing what they supposed to do and grooming their kids, their children once they get grown to go out there and succeed, man. Kudos to y'all, man. We not talking about y'all who doing the things y'all supposed to be doing. We talking about the ones who want to keep them home. You know, they help me pay bills. I gotta pay the light bill. I gotta pay the phone bill. You know, my car, I need help on my car note, that type of deal. So you keep them around a lot longer than you supposed to. No, you I always been taught, man, you raise a child up how you supposed to. You're supposed to raise them so they can succeed on their own. You know, mama may have, daddy may have, but God bless the child who got his own. So what's gonna happen to that child, man? Because we all ain't gonna live forever. When your mama and daddy gone out of this world, what you gonna do then? You know what I mean? Stop sheltering these kids, man. Let them fly out there, man, and encourage them to go out there to do it. But you got to give them the tools to do it. If you don't give them the tools to do it, it's just gonna be a fight. That's all it's gonna be.
Right. I'm gonna go back to Meek Meek real quick, and we'll take it to the top with Jay Walking. Ain't no way I'm gonna stay with Meek Meek if she raising hell in the house like this. This video remind me of her for some damn reason. I don't know what it is. Who's gonna stay with you and you raising all this right here?
Man, hey, get your motherfucking hands off me, bro. Y'all niggas, matter of fact, get your ass fixed, y'all niggas. I'm gonna make some of y'all ass fixed. And I'm pulling, nigga.
You got jokes.
That remind me of her.
God.
I wouldn't stay there either.
But you know what? I did get a little vicious with my children. You know, especially like, you know, my son finished college. He had to go through some transformations with his job. So, you know, he moved back home.
Right.
I didn't charge him anything because I know what his plan was. He had to go through his little schooling and all that stuff like that. So I didn't, because I want him to make it and not call me. Let me call him now. You know, that's how I felt.
Right.
You know? And he was like, "Man, Ma, you done got so mean and stuff like that." Yeah, because I want you to leave. I don't want you to stay around me. Because some mothers, and this is majority of mothers, not fathers, some mothers tend to live through their children. Now, I'm not saying don't help your children, because I'm going to help mine. If mine need help, I'm going to help my children. No matter what age they are, if I have it, I'm going to help. But don't baby them and cuddle them and stop living through them. You got your own life. Stop being in their business.
Right.
Am I
Maybe they
busy?
don't have
Yeah.
their own life.
Yeah. Do I watch? Do I watch and I listen to see what my children are doing? Yeah. But they have their own life, just like I have mine. I don't want my children out of my business.
Right. Jay Walking, I'm gonna plant a seed with you and take off with the thought, and you can go ahead and do what you got to do. Some of these 18-year-olds say they stay at the house for a year or two. They don't want to pay nothing. Hit it.
It just, I mean, look, I'm gonna give you both sides. What you're not gonna do is be in my motherfucking way. You too old to just be in the fucking way. You feel me? So you can be home, but like Meek said, like it's not my job to make this comfortable for you. This is my house.
Right.
It's a house out there with your name on it. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do in your house. You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather be broken alone. Like, some people don't have no vision, or they don't have, I ain't gonna say they don't have, like, we know what it is. I think it's harder now to jump off the porch at 18, trying to live by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Unless you either gonna have 3 roommates, and 3 18-year-old roommates is a doom. That shit doom. That shit doom. That shit gonna blow up. But if you don't make enough money to stay where you stay, you're gonna end up going back home. So if you at home, if I give you the boost of you able to come in here, you able to eat, you can wash your clothes, and I ain't really bothering you about nothing, don't be in my way. Don't be in my way.
Carolina Dirt, what you got?
Me and my homeboy, we had a conversation about this earlier this week too, by accident. Same thing as Meek said, like, growing up, my parents said, you know, college, school, work, whatever. They really didn't prepare you as far as credit, like Meek said. That play a big role, because you do a credit check for your apartment, you do a credit check for your car. Um, you got to have references. They don't, growing up, they don't tell you. Your parents always say have good friends, but those references are also applied when getting an apartment, when trying to find a good job, trying to find a career. Like all that stuff is not taught in school. And then I feel like now kids have more mental health problems because some of them are on that line of, well, I got to do something with my life, or it's all in shambles, and they want to cry and break down instead of having the tools to pick themselves up. And I think
That's
they
because
need to
their
put that.
mama bought an Xbox when they was 4.
Well, yeah,
But
I
go
mean,
ahead.
yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. My parents, they didn't buy us Jordans and shit. They didn't buy us name brand clothes. But with that being said, that allowed us, when we didn't have money, we knew what to do. We wasn't sitting there debating if I should buy these Jordans or pay my cell phone bill. I need my cell phone bill paid so I can get to
Right.
work, call in, to get hours of call out because something happened. I just think they need to put that back in. They need to put something in school to help with credit, investment, uh, your professional side. And it shouldn't be an option class. It should be a mandatory, like how you got to have math and English to graduate. I think that needs to be, because it would help with the mental aspect of it. And you're not breaking down. A lot of people just scared to fail because you scared until you about 30, 40, and then you realize it's not a race, it's a marathon. But you done messed up the first 10 years because you was just scared to fail. You see what I'm saying? But if they would put that in school to allow you to give you the building blocks to build it, I think it would help out a lot.
Right. I appreciate that. I think me and Meek had a conversation a while back that a lot of our parents were raised in maybe the post-slavery era, according to their mentality. They didn't really know what to teach us. I don't blame them. That's just what it was. Look at our grandfather. What could he really teach about credit if you really think about it?
Right.
And it just kind of passed on. So we had to kind of do the best we can to,
But you know what he did
Right.
teach us though? And I ain't gonna lie, and I was just thinking about it. He always dressed nice.
right.
He was always presentable, and that
He was,
that played that played a
He always
big
had
role.
money in his pocket.
He always
right.
had money
Oh
in his pocket,
yes,
but
he did.
he was always dressed nice. Like, I mean, I admit every time I leave the house, I ain't dressed nice, but even if Granddaddy sitting on the porch, he
He
was
dressed
dressed
nice
nice. He
He
was
was.
and
presentable, and
smelling
that
good.
that that give you a lot of confidence. You just don't know. No matter what you do,
Right.
you know you dress nice. And
Right.
I think these kids with the clothing style and all that. If I see you in the street and you got street clothes on, that's fine. Then I see you with a suit. But my mind perspective is talking to you a certain way because you got that street clothes on and because you got that suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But if you always got that suit on, I know when I talk to you, it's a sense of respect because you respect yourself to be dressed like that every time I see you.
I'm glad you said that.
Right.
I was getting ready to go to that. When I
Right.
went to high school, to the best of my knowledge now, me and my brother, I might have had 3 pair of pants and a bunch of shirts that I rotated. I don't think I had 4
Yep.
pair of pants. I think.
You had
And
4 pants.
I don't know about the 4, but you're gonna have
You
one.
had a
Meek,
weak part.
hey, Meek gave you
You
one.
had
Meek
a
gave you
weak
one of her
part.
pants.
Yeah, you might have had 1 pair of sneakers for 6 months. You can wear them shoes for at least 5 to 6 months. Then you might
Yep.
get another one. Now,
Well,
what do
see,
y'all think about?
I was different. I was
Yeah. Oh yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
Meek,
female
what do you think
clothes
about the fashion show? Go ahead.
see, females' clothes were cheaper. See, y'all just had that 1 or 2 sneakers or whatever. No, I had many, all different kinds. I had the browns, the blues, the pinks, the whites. See, I had many. Because see, y'all
Yeah.
wasn't satisfied. Y'all want this and that. I took what I have because I didn't feel like hearing my mama fussing.
No,
I'm gonna
you
spell
just
it.
said
I'm
it
gonna spell
though.
it. Hey Jay. Hey Jay.
$500 with your shit and $500 with our shit is 2 different things.
Yep.
$500 with us is 1 pair of shoes,
Yeah.
2 pairs of pants, and 3 shirts. Period.
Right.
And that's
That
if
part.
you lucky. One of them shits came off of clearance.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jay. I'm gonna spell a word. SPOIL. What that spell?
Spoil.
BRAT. BRAT.
I
Brett.
was not slow.
You had 5 pairs of shoes and a whole bunch of different outfits. You was spoiled.
Yeah,
No,
but
it
you
wasn't.
know,
You the only
we was
female.
a
So it
witness.
was
But I
We
was
was a
not
witness to
moping
y'all
around the
upbringing,
house.
though.
Now, see, you
Nah,
had to
like
play the role. See, they didn't know how to play the role. I
So you
played
say you
the
hustled your
role.
parents. You hustled your parents.
Well, hey, I had to learn from
Did you
somebody.
see the video? I just played that video clip of her. You seen that?
Hey man, look man, I ain't had Chuck Taylors back in the day. I had Bobos.
I definitely had the shoes with the plastic. You know, you got the little plastic ring around, ain't got no box. I
Right.
definitely had a couple pair of them.
Dude,
No.
my mom used to go to
I
Pick and Pay and
definitely
get the
had-
shoes. Pick and Pay
Look,
and
man,
Taylor's. We was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Pick and
Pick
pay.
and pay.
I grew up in an era where British Knights was the shit, bro.
Oh yeah, the British Knights, the Kangaroos.
LA
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah,
LA gear, nigga.
Let me ask y'all this.
Specific.
Suppose in this era, 2021, some of these, I call it the new parents now. Our era's kind of gone. They don't teach their kids nothing. So now you 18, what you going to do? You don't know. Both parents don't know nothing. Meek, what you think?
Yeah, I agree. Because with me being in the schools, like help tutoring children, I see a lot and I hear a lot. When the parents sometimes come visiting the school, they got their bonnet on their head. They look like they just woke up. They got, the
Don't you start no
sleeping
shit
pants
about that
still
bonnet.
on. I'm like, what? Where you come? It's embarrassing to me.
Don't you start no shit about that bonnet, man.
Well,
You're gonna have
I'm
all
gonna
kind of
start.
hate mail, cuz.
Stop wearing that bonnet. Stop wearing the bonnet.
Hey, boy, when they
Okay.
came out with that bonnet, boy, red day morning.
I do it right now. Stop
Oh
wearing that
God,
bonnet.
no! What
Hey,
the
man,
heck?
hey,
Wearing the
look.
bonnet to Walmart.
Hey,
Stop wearing the bonnet to the school, to
Hey.
Walgreens. Stop wearing the bonnet.
Hey, that's just a shower cap that you can wear around town. I mean,
Nah, man.
Oh,
We can be real. Everybody feel like they feel about the bonnet. And everybody that feel that way know that the people that wear that motherfucker don't give a fuck what we feel.
right.
no,
You know what I'm talking about?
they should have.
Now didn't that used to be a hairstyle back in the day? The bonnet used to be a hairstyle.
No, it
I
wasn't.
don't know about no hairstyle.
No.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't-
I thought it was a hairstyle, man. That's why they call it a bonnet.
I still think you need to be. You should be presentable because some of them people, like let's say you ain't got no job, but you going to something like a school or something like that, and you got no bra on or you ain't got no drawers on. Your
But he
long,
say he's
what you
speaking
say, your
truth.
long, what you say, your long titty, no nipple, everything showing.
Hey,
But you need a job. Like you're not presentable enough to somebody say, hey, we hiring, But if
Yeah.
you're not presentable in situations like that, like Walmart,
yeah.
you can be presentable, especially people that need a job. That's the crazy thing for me. Like people that know they need a job and you're never presentable. Like you never presentable. You show a lack of education when you talk everywhere you at. But you looking for a job. Like that doesn't help out, especially if you got kids, because that's what your kids see. So your kids think, okay, I could be like this anywhere, anytime I can be me. But that's not good.
Yeah,
I was-
somebody
I was-
ain't never seen their mama go to work. It's
I
a
was in
grown
a-
ass person who never saw their mama go to work.
That is
or
true.
daddy for that matter.
That is true. Excuse me. I was in a situation maybe 7 months ago. My job, where I work at, and I made a delivery. This he was 18 at the time. He kept coming out, coming around me talking. So he looked kind of thugged out, but he a good dude. And, he asked me to, cash app him $20 for his birthday. And then he might ask me to, on my route to, stop by Burger King or get him something to eat. And I thought he was kind of putting on. Come to find out he didn't have a father in his life. And when I sent him that money for his birthday, that made the world, because somebody you kind of just meeting at a new employee. I think he's like 19 now. And I said, wow. And I could see that he didn't have quite the structure, that some 18-year-olds don't get. So that was a good thing,
It's
right?
some
there.
people, yeah, it's some people that can beat the system. They can break that chain.
Mhm.
They
Right.
can be
Mhm.
like, some people grow up knowing they don't like that fuck shit. They don't like the way they living. They know they ain't got nothing. They embarrassed. They might love their mama, but they know they mama ain't shit. And they able to break that chain. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just as much the parents as it is the kids.
Right.
You feel me? Because you said it a minute ago. Somebody mama want them to pay the cable bill and the light bill. You know what I'm saying? I need you here to pay the cable bill and the light bill. And you not giving your kid a chance, and you prepared to have that grown motherfucker, y'all both be grown in the same house into your 60s and 80s.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
I never, like, it was never a choice for me, like, what I'm gonna do when I'm 18. What I knew for sure was I was getting the fuck out of there.
Right.
That's the only thing I knew for sure. I didn't know if it was gonna be college.
I didn't make it to 18, man. I
You know
was
what I'm
gone
saying?
before 18, to be honest. I didn't make it to 18, dog.
I turned 18, and 3 months later, I set off. You know what I'm saying? And I hit the world. Now, don't get it twisted. I had my struggles. I'm speaking from both aspects. I had my struggles. I had to go home. I had to abide by rules. You know what I'm saying? I had to be responsible, mature, and on task in order for me to live there. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to live by nobody's rules, some people follow us. They follow us by trade. They follow us in life, and they always gonna need somebody to tell them where they need to go. I just assume suffer on my own, of my own volition, of my own choices, my own demise, my whatever, than to put that on somebody else.
Right.
Right.
I'm fortunate and I'm blessed enough. I got a family around me that won't let me completely fall off by the wayside. But I do my best to keep myself, because they got their own shit they got to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get your ass up and go do something. Even if you at home. If you grown in at home, that's not the horrible thing. Grown in at home and ain't shit is the horrible thing.
Right.
Yes.
Somebody washing your clothes. Somebody got to tell you to wash the dishes. That type shit. Don't be
See,
in
that ain't
nobody's way, man.
going, that's not gonna go in my house. Okay, oh, you ain't doing nothing? I know when I get home from work, food better be prepared.
Right.
No dishes better not
You
be
know-
in my sink. Now, I can wash the floor below clothes, but see, I got rules and regulations. And,
Right.
and like my kids would tell you, be like, well, I'm grown. You in my house, it's 3 o'clock.
Man, I'm glad you said that, Meek. I am so glad you said that.
Hey, Small.
because-
But yeah, but
hold on.
I preferred my children away. You know why I preferred them away? Because I didn't have to worry about them. See, when they're at home, you tend to worry. Well, you know, it's 1 o'clock and they ain't get in yet. They ain't call. It's 2 o'clock. You tend to worry. But when they're away, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Hey, Smalls, before you chime in, I'm glad Meek ain't my mama. Hell no.
No, I would kill you.
And then Small, after you finish, I have a 2-part series question, starting with Carolina Dirt, then we're gonna come back around. Go ahead, Small.
Yeah, man, you know, you always got the kids, these children, these grown children that say, hey, I'm grown. I said, well, if that's the case, then grown folks pay their own damn bills. Grown folks pay their own bills, live in their own place, and do what the hell they want to do. Not with their parents, and gotta fall up under them rules. Don't get mad because you unable to go out there and fend for yourself, and then the rules fall back on you because you in somebody else's house. Now you want to be grown. You grown in somebody else's house. That right there is null and void when you living with somebody. That's null and void. If you grown, go on out there and be grown. Go on out there and pay your own bills and do what you want to do. That's when you know you're really grown. And just going back to what Meek said, you know, when you got your grown kids living with you and it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you tend to worry. So guess what? This is what I tell mine. I'm going to tell mine like this, right? Check this out. If your ass don't come in here before 2 o'clock in the morning, you better stay your ass the where the fuck you at. Because if you come in here and it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's gonna be some hell raising going on at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Right.
Right. Carolina Dirt, I got something for you. A 2-part series questions, and we're gonna bring it back round. You ready? First of all, I'm tired of seeing the average mother is 38, give or take, right? Give or take.
I
Kid
think
in-
it's younger than that. I'm surprised it's that old.
yeah, something like that. Say the
Yeah.
kid's 17, 18, I don't know. I'm going to go to the female, average 17, 18-year-olds. The mother got that long ass toenail on the big toe. What the hell is that? Then your kid in high school got that long toenail on her big toe. When they go for an interview, actually a white guy told me this. If you're gonna wear open toe shoes, they're looking at all that. Second part of the question is, do you think some 18-year-old kids weren't being kicked out at 18 because they're so no manners and disrespectful? Hit it.
I think it's a lot of disrespect. I think it's a lot of silent disrespect. The line between a parent and child has been unclear for the last. I think this last generation has been very unclear.
20 years, man, at least.
Yeah, the fact that you can go to the club with your child and think that's fun and okay, but yet you talk shit later about them living in your house, but y'all partying together. The fact, my mom sent me to the store, go buy this, go buy that. But my mom never came to me and said, "Well, I ain't got no money. Let me get $20." The line, they try to put that friendship line in there because they're scared to beat the kid's ass, but they want to be the kid's friend, think it's gonna save them. Like I've seen a person and their child work together, and the child was the supervisor. When you're a supervisor, you don't cut that shit off when you get home. So your attitude is gonna be different, even though you living up under their house, under their rules.
Right.
Like I said, going back to being presentable, you got some parents dressing with less clothes than the child.
Mm-hmm.
So how can if I got a female, she got her titties out and she got short shorts on, but yet your daughter or your son is nice and clean. How you think they feel mentally? You walking around with them like that line, like I said, that line of friendship and parenthood has been disappearing, and I think they need to bring it back. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's how I felt to respond.
I wanted you to hit on that toenail thing, but go ahead. Jay Walker, hit it. What's your view?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the toenail.
Cooler than the polar bear toenail.
Yeah, I guess.
I ain't never seen a polar bear toenail.
Some kids got to go. Some kids you can't save. Some kids bad as shit. Some kids endanger your life. They steal from you. You know what I'm saying? Some kids got to fucking go. I'm not no warden by trade, cuz. I'm a killer them. You know what I'm saying? If it's between me and you, I'm gonna choose me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get me, you gonna get locked away for the rest of your life. Like, some kids are unfucking controllable. So if you can get them out your house, let them go on and do what they gonna do, man. And try not to worry yourself. You feel me? Because they made a choice.
Hey,
Like I said, if you had... Go ahead.
no, I just because it's on my mind. Y'all said it, and I ain't gonna say no names. So me and my brother, we know somebody, and we watched their kids grow up. We watched their kids grow up from elementary school, and they were set up for set up for success. Granted, the success level is different for everybody, but they were set up for success. One child went one direction, and another child went another direction. the child that went in the wrong direction, and this happened recently, came home and killed both his parents. Now, this is a personal story. Like, these are people we know. And they were set up. The parents drew a line of, you are the child, I'm the parent. The only difference is the mother didn't want that lost child to continue to be lost. And she ended up losing her life. And the husband lost his life. Like my brother said, I can only help you so far. There's no rewind button, but if I feel like I've given you everything and you want to draw a line in the sand, you got to go. She couldn't make that decision. So she ended up losing her life, and her husband lost his life, and the oldest son lost his whole family. And now this dude is about to go to jail forever. But the ironic thing is the oldest brother still talks about the love that his parents had for that lost son. But to me, that love don't matter because the parents ain't there no more. They couldn't make that choice. That same choice my brother's talking about, they couldn't make that choice. And that's sad because the father was literally sleeping with a gun next to him.
Wow.
You should not be scared of your kids. But to not put them out, if you're giving them everything and you wipe your hands, wipe your hands. You have time to heal later on. But that son didn't give him time to heal because he only thought about himself. And I think that's where the generation is going right now. The Me Too movement. You not caring about my feelings. The school shootings. It's all about these kids feeling like they ain't got nowhere to go, but they scared to fail because they weren't taught how to fail and rebuild. It ain't the mama fault. It ain't the daddy fault. It's us as a collective. We're dividing everything we do. Everything we do in life, it divides us. These kids don't know how to do that. We sitting here laughing about clothes and shit with no name brand, and you got 3 pairs of jeans. We laughing about that shit. These kids ain't laughing. They going to kill people for these pants and these shoes just to look presentable to somebody else.
Right.
We as a unit, as parents or whatever, we got to tell parents it's okay to leave these kids alone. Because if not, all this shit is going to keep going.
On the flip side of that, I mean, we done took some ass whippers that just was the culture. It is what it is. You got to know how to beat your kids now or your ass going to jail. You got to know how to do it.
You ain't going to beat
you know
your
what?
kids.
And that's what fucked the game up right there. That's what messed it up right there. When they didn't allow us to whip the kids' ass like we got our ass whipped, that changed the game. They felt a right to call the police and say, my mama or my daddy abusing me. And all it is some good ass discipline. But you can't
do
take
it.
that.
You gotta know, you gotta be a professional ass whipper. You gotta know how to do it. Every lick, the swing, the angle, the degrees on the belt, or you going to jail. Straight up.
And I'm gonna tell you,
I'm serious.
Just like you say, whether man, it's a flip side, right? So you don't you're not allowing us to whip our kids' ass because you're calling it abuse. But then when they get out there and be 18 years old and commit a heinous ass crime, you want to throw the book at them and throw them under the damn jail, or you want to whip their ass because they done did something wrong. The cops gonna whip your ass anyway. So might as well let us discipline our own kids so we won't have a cop or whomever out there whipping their ass because they done did something, messed up. You know what I mean? It's a flip side, man. Hey, damn if you do and damn if you don't.
T-Smalls, this is an investment. Their investment is if these kids go to jail, I get that check and get this new prison built 20 years later.
Right. Meek, since no one want to answer the female
part. I ain't answering no
the female part of the series. Do you think that's presentable, and do you think some of the 18-year-old kids weren't to be kicked out because they're so no manners? But go ahead and do what you got to do about that fashion thing.
Well, see, I'm not gonna do with a no manners child. I am not. I cannot tolerate a no manners child. And you know what else too? That's a big problem. We see when we were younger, we knew our place. When the grown folks were talking, we wasn't in grown folks' conversation. As a matter of fact, whenever they were get-togethers, the children had their own spot where they eat at. We didn't
Right.
even eat with the grown folks.
Right.
Now you talking, and Flo and Gloria got their darn children in the conversation too, and that balls me, that baffles me, because I will say, "Who's talking to you? Go on with the kids."
Who is you?
Or two,
Right.
or two. This, it's a new thing that started years ago. Like when they're playing the sports, everybody get a trophy. How? You're not on the winning team.
Right. Mental health.
So how
Mental
the hell you
health.
gonna be rewarded when you did not win? Like me,
It's like,
like my son was upset. His team won the championship. So why did the losers get a champion trophy? They didn't win.
that's like the
Like,
Civil
that
War,
was
cuz.
his foot on the ground running up and down the road, the ball field. Why the other team? And I kind of agreed.
Right.
Because
Ain't
in
no
this
kinda.
world is competition. When you go for a job interview, there's only one job opening and 200 people applying. Who's gonna
Yeah.
be the next winner?
Right.
But as a child, we teach, oh, you're a winner. No, somebody gonna have to lose. You win some and you lose some. But I'm telling the truth. You win some and then you lose some. If you lose, guess what? There's another opportunity out there for you. That's when you do goals. You set goals. Every goal you set, you're not going to achieve. If you achieve every goal you set, then that's actually not a goal.
Right.
Because nobody achieved every single goal. So you have to learn how to maneuver and say, okay, this is what I did wrong. Let me make it right. Or maybe that goal was really not a good goal. Let me set something else up.
I'm gonna throw a little spin on it for mental health with the 18-year-olds. I've seen some 18-year-old kids, that I've been around, and y'all can chime in. They have the mentality like maybe a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old, like they're a baby.
See, first,
Because they don't
first and
think. They got
foremost.
social media.
See, first and
They don't
foremost.
think. Let me tell you. What did we have to do? And I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to be sounding old, but we have to use our mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody had that damn encyclopedia in their house.
Oh yeah.
So when there was a report, guess what we have to do? Everybody procrastinate. We got to open up that damn encyclopedia.
Yep.
And
And
plagiarize
read over
like
some
a
stuff to
mother.
write this damn report.
Right. Hey, matter of fact, if you ain't had a collection of encyclopedia, you bought a collection so you had one to do that.
Look, Florida and James had encyclopedias.
Yeah, but now, I had to go back. I had to go to the encyclopedia there. Now, they got the wonderful world of Google. They don't have to think. Everything is at their hands. They beck and call. So they don't have patience. So they don't have, the struggle of, well, what do I do next? Well, let me go to Google. Google will tell me, hey, Siri, what do I do next?
Right.
I deal with
And
this in my job.
Hey, it used to,
Yeah,
it
you
used
go
to,
ahead.
it used to take an hour to cook a pot of rice. Now it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah. And that's why I'm behind got cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. And these 18-year-olds, they are sensitive. Oh my God. I've never
They've
seen
been
that.
made that way though. They've been made that way.
Right.
Like,
Yep, we have them that way.
Don't
Because we give them.
Don't get it twisted. Right. Like, I still think it's parents out there that run their household. Don't get it twisted. It's a bunch of parents out here that still run their household. But when you see a kid, you can identify a kid that's gonna be a problem at 6 years old. You're like, oh, that motherfucker right there, you better watch him. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. Tell me you've been wrong when you looked at a kid like, I don't know about this one. Tell me when you've been wrong.
Hey,
So-
I don't even want him at my house.
That part. That part.
motherfucker
So
bad as shit. Will keep his bad ass in the damn house, goddamn.
Yeah.
you gotta do everything you can for those types of children. Like every kid ain't gonna respond to no beating. You feel me? I got my ass tore out the frame.
Yeah.
But I'm also grown enough to say I never got an ass whooping I didn't deserve.
Right.
Right.
I ain't get no accident
Well,
on
I
ass
got one.
whooping. You feel me?
I got one I didn't deserve.
Hey, that's probably because of all the pain you inflicted on the rest of your family.
That's called a payback beat.
So
No, that's called
Sometimes karma
that's
step
karma
in.
like a motherfucker. That's karma.
yeah, sometimes karma step in.
But y'all see y'all be seeing all these videos with these kids and they be throwing up gang signs and pointing their finger like a pistol, and they be 5, 6 years old, but people think it's funny and they be liking, sharing, and leaving notifications. That's co-signing of bad behavior, and then you don't ever see nobody snatch these kids up for doing something like that. So they put it out there for the world to see, thinking for fun and entertainment, but it's condoning that behavior. Like that shit make no sense. If you live poor, why not raise your kids with values to want more? If you live in the hood, don't keep that in your kid's mind that this is where you gonna be at. Don't trap them like that.
Yep.
Like I knew somebody. This was some years ago. It was a long time ago. This dude, he gave his kids 2 options. That's it. And I'm sitting back like, after school, they only got 2 options? You tell them they got 2 options. Of all the shit you can do in the world, you're going to tell these kids they got 2 options. So, like you said, once they fail those 2 options, they ain't got nothing left because they wasn't taught to have anything left. So don't give them that. I tell my oldest, I say, hey, you always got choices. That'd be my shit. Even when you're growing up, you can take this ass whooping, or you can take this what I call that shit, muscle failure. Muscle failure. We're gonna have you sit on the wall. We're gonna have you do this. So you can take the ass whooping or the muscle failure. Of course, she gonna take the muscle failure, but she don't realize when you fail that, you still getting ass whooping. Like I still win, but I'm trying to let you know you have choices.
Man.
Right.
Now, if you succeed, if you succeed in that muscle failure, if you sit on that wall for 2 minutes and you make it, go on about your day.
I was
But
saying
if you
like
don't
Bill
make
Cosby.
it, you still getting that ass whooping.
Say it like Bill Cosby. You ain't got no damn choice. The only choice you got is damn do what the hell I say in my goddamn house.
I mean, understandable, but you still got to teach them choices so they won't think that if they don't get it right, they're done. But that's partly what's going on. These kids give up so quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give y'all a scenario. This is the last thing I have for the panel. Start off with Meek, then we'll go around. We're not in a rush. We got about 7 minutes or so, 7, 8 minutes. I've seen a situation, 18-year-old kid try to kick his daddy out the house and tell him he had to leave. What do y'all feel about that for an 18-year-old kid? Meek.
But let me tell Roy he got. Oh my God. Well, it's gonna be World War I, II, and III, Desert Storm, Vietnam, the Korean War. Are you crazy? All Daddy had to do was look at me. What? Homie, don't play that. See, I can't even answer that question because I know I ain't gonna do it. And I know it wasn't crazy enough to do it.
Right.
Oh, you think you a man? I can hear him right. Oh, you think you a man? Because he even told you think you a woman now, huh? Somebody been sniffing up under you or something? I'm like, oh, Daddy, come on, man. You ain't got to go there. No. You know, I did some crazy stuff. But I try to do things smart. Now, see, we can trick my mama.
Yeah.
But damn, you ain't gonna trick Roy. I can tell you that much. We can trick my mama. My mama will believe any lie you say.
Right.
But Roy, you guilty. You got to prove your innocence. You don't know how hard it is to prove your innocence. So in the court of law, I think I can pass their test.
Oh, y'all talking about
am I right or wrong, Weatherman? We was guilty in it.
We was guilty as charged. T-Smalls, what you got about that scenario? 18-year-old kid trying to kick his daddy out of his own house.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. That right there shouldn't even be a thought in your brain. The whole house shut the fuck down. You hear me? It ain't gonna be no Christmas, no Thanksgiving, no none of that shit. All that shit is out the window. When you get to that point, when you got a child to get to that point in your life, you can't you got to think about him as somebody out there in the street. You got to think about it like that. You can't think of him your child because he just violated the ultimate cardinal sin, dog. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate sin of trying to put your own daddy, parents, whoever you want to call them, the people that brought your stinking ass in the world out their own house that they done provided for you. Oh no. Yeah. Well, that's why you be hearing by some of these crazy, foolishness going on in the news. And people be like, oh man, how he did that? Why they did that? Because you don't know what's going on in them people's house. Them damn children might be fucked up.
Right. Calendar, what you got?
First of all, my parents taught me that at that age I already know I can't pay the bills. So me putting them out their own house, the lights gonna get cut off anyway. I can't pay that mother. But in a sense, that shit never came across my mind because I still want to see the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I still want to see the rest of my life.
Yeah, right.
My dad will tell you right now, he'll lay you down. He tell you, hey, I'll lay you down quick. I done lived my life. I got the love of my life. I brought you in. He don't care about taking you out.
Right.
So I'm good.
It's just a level of respect, man. Just respect, man.
You're walking what you got. Kicking the daddy out at 18.
That shouldn't have even been a story. That shouldn't have been the story that came out of that.
Right.
The story is shit. Hey man, look, I'm gonna need a couple of days off, man. I gotta go visit my son in the hospital. You know what I'm talking about? It's serious. He a little broke up. I'm gonna make sure, I just gotta take care of my home right now. That shouldn't have been the story, man. It's one thing that I know I grew up on, and the psychiatrists and these new social justice warriors will say, well, that was, what's the trigger word now? Damn, cuz. It was such a serious thing. We grew up on fear. More than anything, we grew up on the fear of your mama doing or your daddy doing exactly what they told you they was gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll knock your whole head off. As a kid, the imagery of I'll knock your whole head off say, maybe I should do this like she said do it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to reconsider that.
There's a difference between parents and children, and my brother said it. That line is blurring, blending, and disappearing. Right. You feel me? You do not have to be your kid's friend. You are responsible for them becoming productive citizens of society. That is your fucking job. Not to buy them toys, not to buy them Jordans, to make sure that they grow up and they don't harm anybody else and that they are an asset to the people in their community. Right. That's your goal.
Right.
Yeah. Stop being friends with your fucking kids and raise your kids.
The moral of the story is, I talked to the dad a few years ago. Just so happened that the police did come out there. They had his son spread on the car, getting ready to frisk him and all that. Had him what they call a spread eagle. And guess what came out the son's mouth after the police put them cuffs on him? Let me see if I can do it right. The dad told me, the son said, "Mama." Yeah.
Well,
who you talking to?
Yeah.
Would it ever happen to a good old fashioned? Who do you think you talking to, cuz?
Right. T-Smalls 30 seconds. T-Smalls 30 seconds. What you got, brother?
Look, man. Just like everybody on this panel tonight, man, we grew up in a totally different era, man, when you got beside yourself, then your parents got beside themselves. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to win. You're not going to win.
Right.
But, for the children, man, kicked out at 18, man, some of them deserve it. some of them, man, they ill prepared to be kicked out at 18 because they didn't learn nothing. But all in all, be respectful, whether you're in your parents' house or not. Because you're grown doesn't mean nothing, man. The Bible said, man, you got to honor thy mother and thy father that your days may be long on this earth. That's
Right.
point blank, period. And I follow that every day, no matter how mad I get at my mama or my daddy or my uncles or whomever. I always know to respect my elders, and that's all I got to say.
Hey, man, Meek, 30 seconds in closing. What you got? Your final words.
All I gotta say, we need to step up to the plate as being a better parent. When a child gets 18, before they turn 18, help them to grow, help them to, reach their goals, talk to them, communicate, not just yell, talk and communicate, and help them along the way, help them to be a better you. Because I want my child to be better than me, have more than me, but still teach them respect, loyalty, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jay Walker, what you got in closing? 30 seconds, my brother.
I mean, yeah, everybody say it, man. It's different kind of kids, and you're gonna get to them different kind of ways. If you got kids out there that got half the sense you got, give them the other half of the sense so that they can grow old and be somebody. And if you don't have kids that are on the right track and you feel like there's something wrong, don't sit there in fear until they fully grown. You see that at 6 years old, like we saying. Get those kids some help. Get those kids some resources because they still malleable. You can still shape them into being legitimate citizens of society. But if you let it go unrecognized, who knows who you raising, cuz?
All right. Girl in the dirt, what you got? 30 seconds. What you got for your final moment?
Morals, accountability, and respect. You got to get something you ain't got none because you're going to leave this earth one day. You can do it sooner than later if you want.
Right. That's all you got, brother?
That's all I got.
T Small, say a little prayer for Meek. She's battling lupus. I know you already prayed for the world last week. We're going to do a prayer for Meek tonight. Go ahead.
All right. Thank everybody tonight, man, for tuning in to the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. I want to give a prayer out for Meek, my sister. Help her through these times, man. I know she's dealing with lupus, man. Anybody out there, man, that know what she's going through, man, that supports her, please keep supporting her, man. Keep her strong, man. Keep her around guys like us, man, that's going to keep on encouraging her, making her laugh, man, because she's been through some things this past year as well as everybody else. And I pray for everybody who's listening, not just her, not just us on this panel, but God, please just bless everybody tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Man. That's a good one. I might start going back to church after that.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty good prayer, T. Smalls.
Hey,
Yeah.
I try.
I might even throw something in the offering pan in your name.
Hey, man, I can give you my Cash App if you want. T Smalls for Life, man. Cash App. That's it right there. See it on the screen?
Right.
Go ahead and Cash App me right there. On here. Send me a couple dollars for the collection plate.
Right.
$1.
Right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. The Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. I am the weatherman. Jay Walker in the house. Meek at the bottom. T Smalls at the bottom. Upper right, Carolina Dirt. See you wouldn't want to be you. One time for your mind. What's the rest, fellas?
2 times for your soul.
And I will holler at y'all later. Peace.
Kingpin Music.